Now we should have a pretty good idea of how our website's going to function. We've got areas of our timeline divided up to represent sections of content. And right now we're looking at the contact section, but if I just move the playhead back a little bit, we can see our exhibition section. If I go back a little bit more, that's going to be our portfolio area. And then over here at the beginning, that's going to be our home page. Now we've already figured out how to stop the playhead in the timeline using ActionScript. Next, we're going to learn how to get ActionScript to move the playhead around in the timeline so that we can pick out which section we want to see. Now, we've got a couple more things to set up before we're ready to go here. So let me pull down our layers here a little bit. There we go. We can see a few more layers in our timeline. And I wanted to scroll up so we could see that ActionScript layer that we inserted before. Now, we've got one action right here. I can see it from the little A there at the top. And that's going to be our stop action. That was sitting right inside my portfolio section in order to stop the timeline. Now, in order to make this act like a website, our movie shouldn't go to the portfolio section by itself. It should only go there when we click the portfolio button. So I'm actually going to need another stop action somewhere up here, right about where my photo comes in. Let's move our playhead around here a little bit. And you can see right there is where my photo is in full, so we can go ahead and stop the playhead there. Now let's review how to add that stop action. I need a keyframe there in order to write ActionScript, so I'm going to press F6. Since my layer is blank, that gives me a blank keyframe. And right at that keyframe, I'm going to go down to Actions. Double check that you're in the right place, AS main layer, frame 85. And my stop action is simply stop, open parentheses, close parentheses, and a semicolon. Now, if I test my movie, our movie should play the beginning section, and it should stop right here at the home page. Let's close up that test movie now. Now, as I mentioned before, we're going to have the ability to do this using either ActionScript 2 or 3. It's your choice depending on what kind of player you're going to target. If you need to target a player earlier than Flash 9, like Flash 8 or 7, you're going to need to use ActionScript 2. If you're comfortable targeting the Flash 9 or 10 player, you can use ActionScript 3. Now, what I want to do is set this up so that we have two versions of our site. So right at this point, I want to save our Flash site. Next, I'd like to save another copy of this file, so we have one to work with AS3, and another one we can use for AS2. So I'm just going to go right up to the File menu. I'll choose Save As, and we'll keep the same name, but I'll put AS2 at the end. And now we can use this copy for our ActionScript 2. We're still set up for ActionScript 3, and we'll change that in a moment. But what I wanted to show you is for ActionScript 2, we're not going to have to type ActionScript because we have a feature called Behaviors. Now, I set up the Behaviors panel over in our workspace in Chapter 1, but if you don't have it over here at the side, you can go up to the Windows menu and choose it from right here. What I wanted to show you while we're still set up for ActionScript 3 is let's pull out the Behaviors panel, and we can actually activate the Behaviors panel by clicking on this little plus button. When I do so right now, you can see that this feature is not supported by ActionScript 3. So in ActionScript 3, we'll actually have to type our own ActionScript. I'm going to click OK, and let's finish setting this up. I'll click to close that panel. We'll go over to our property settings, and if you don't have anything selected in your movie, you'll see normal document properties. Under the profile, I'll click Edit, and we can change our movie from using ActionScript 3 to ActionScript 2. I'll click OK, and we'll save our file once again.